Hey everyone, so this is my, it's actually my New Year's makeup. It's New Year's Eve here, but this video won't be up in time. I was dying to play with a few new products that was sent to me by BH Cosmetics, which I expected earlier, but thanks to post and everything, of course, they didn't get here on time. So I was sent, among a couple of other things, one of the 120 palettes, and I was so excited to get this. I'm on YouTube like nearly 2 years now, and it's my first time owning 120 palette, which is, you know, I'm so behind the times. But I finally have it, and I was dying to make a look up for you. And not only that, one of my resolutions for 2000, well, every year pretty much, is to be, you know, more experimenting with makeup, you know, try more things out, etc. And that's what I want everyone who is into makeup and who watches these videos to do. Just experiment, you know, not just with colours and lines and textures, but with just experiment with everything, with different brushes, different techniques. And that's why I think this kind of palette is just so handy for it. So that's what I would suggest everyone do for the new year. Experiment with colours. That's exactly what this look was as well. I just made it up as I went along. I just wanted to try out a few different things. Not that it's massively groundbreaking or anything you haven't seen before, but it's fun and it suits today, and I really like it. So I hope you like it too, guys, and watch on for the tutorial to see how I've done it. So I've already got this eye finished, just so you can see what we're working towards, and I'm going to go ahead and start applying it onto my other eye just so you can see exactly how I did it. So first step, I'm using a primer. This is the BH Cosmetics Eye and Lip Primer. It's pretty translucent when it's on. It has a slight tint of like skin colour. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that onto the tip of my finger and apply that all over the lid from the lash line right up to my eyebrow. Always make sure you put the lid really tightly back onto these type of products when they're in these kind of jars when you're finished, just so that they last a bit longer and they don't dry up on you. For the first eyeshadow colour, I'm going to go into the BH Cosmetics 120 palette, and in the top tray, this second colour in at the top is a really nice off-white kind of highlight colour. So I'm going to apply that using one of the shader brushes. First underneath the eyebrow arch. I always pat colour on rather than brush it on. This way you get the best colour payoff. And also I'm going to apply some of that to the inner corner of my eye. This area tends to get a bit dark looking, especially if you have a high bridge. Like mine, where it's quite narrow. So you want to lighten up that pocket. Next, from the same tray, this 120 palette is the 3rd edition one as well, by the way, from BH. So I'm going to go into this pink colour here, which is the 4th one over on the top tray. And I'm just going to pick some of that up on the same brush. Pat it on the inner half of my eyelid. I'm using pinks and purples particularly in this look because I know that they work really well with my eye colour. If your eyes are maybe more blue than green, go ahead and use maybe more corals or oranges. Play around, experiment with whatever colour you want. It's best to try them out so you can see what will suit you best. That's why these palettes are particularly really good for experimenting with colours, because you just have so many options and you get to play around with so many colours for, you know, pretty good price. So next I'm going to go into this kind of sparkly pink colour, and I'm going to pat that onto the centre of my lids. And next I'm going to go to the purple on the bottom row, which is 2 below that pink. It's the darkest purple, and I'm going to apply that just to the outer corner of my eyelid. Again, I'm packing it on rather than brushing it on. You can work it a tiny bit into the crease. Next, I'm going to go back into the palette and I'm going to use this purple, which is in between that pink we used and the darker purple. And I'm going to pick it up in a blending brush and blend that above the crease. If you want, you can get a clean blending brush and just blend around the edge of that purple. Next I'm going to choose a darker colour for my crease definition. So I'm going into the bottom row of the 120 palette, and this kind of bronzy brown, it's 4 colours over from the right. I'm going to apply that into my crease. First laying my brush down onto the outer V area. And then work it just above your crease. I'm taking care to not bring any eyeshadow down below this area. So if you do have any fallout, just get a baby wipe and just wipe away any fallout. Now it's time to apply your eyeliner. So I'm going to do this before I apply the bottom colour. And just get any kind of eyeliner. I'm going to use a cream eyeliner, and I'm also going to use the BH Cosmetics Script eyelining brush. This is a really fine nibbed brush, which is my preferred brush, eyeliner brush type. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of the cream eyeliner or gel eyeliner and just start drawing the line in above my top lashes. Next I'm lining my waterline with the same black gel eyeliner and script brush, and now it's time to draw in this bottom line. So you're just going to have to experiment a little bit with your angles, but I want it to look like it's just extending out from the lash line. You can draw it in very faint first, just so you get the line equal to the other side. Before I do any more, I'm just going to get some more of that eye primer onto a small synthetic brush, and I'm just going to apply that underneath the lower lash line. I'm also going to apply some of that primer just in here between those lines. To brighten up that outer triangle area, go into your 120 palette again, and I'm going to use a gold eyeshadow this time, and I'm going to press it over just where I applied the primer. Once you have that much done, you can go back in and fill in your black line. Have your lines be as long or as short as you want. This is all about experimenting to suit your own tastes. Not necessarily about copying exactly what I do. It's just more as a guideline and to give a little bit of inspiration. So clean up that little line. If you want to shorten it, just wipe it away. This is why I always do my eyes generally lately before I do my foundation, so I have the freedom to clean up and wipe away any messes. Next I'm going to use that same darkened brown burgundy colour that I used on my crease area, and I'm going to apply that underneath my lower lash line and also underneath the outer part of that line, and just kind of have it fade out. I'm next going to pick up the purple that I used on the outer corner, the darker purple, and I'm going to apply that underneath the lower lash line on the inner corner. And again, don't worry about any fallout because you can just go in and wipe it away. So if you wanted, you could leave it at that without applying the glitter afterwards, but I really want to kind of make this a little bit more fun and more texturized, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the glitter. I'm going to go back into that highlight colour with my blending brush and just apply a little bit more on the inner corner to help blend out the edge of that purple. Now it's time for the glitter. So what I'm going to do is get a mix-in medium. This is MAC's mix-in medium. I'm going to just apply this a little bit along my lower lash line so that I can have something for the glitter to stick to. If you want, you can use like a transparent eye primer or something that won't contain too much with the eyeshadow that's underneath, but I just find that the mix-in medium works really well. Just make sure whatever you use that it's suitable for the eye area. And I'm just going to pat that over where I put the eyeshadow. You want to work kind of quickly with this so the glitter will still be able to stick to it, so that the mix and medium or whatever you use doesn't get a chance to dry. And then pick up glitter on whatever brush you want. I'm just going to use one of the BH cosmetic brushes again, and just start pressing it along your lower lash line. If you're a bit concerned about glitter getting into your eye, just tap off the brush before you apply it underneath. And also, if you wear contacts, be very careful, because if glitter gets underneath your contacts you can be in trouble. And then when you have that on, again go back into your trusty baby wipe or face wipe and wipe away any of the excess glitter that has fallen down along your cheeks. Next, apply your mascara. Once you have the eyes totally complete, you can go ahead and apply your foundation, concealer and powder, and then do your eyebrows before finishing off your lips. So for the lips, I'm just going to go back into that eye and lip primer, the BH Cosmetics one, and apply some of it all over. You want to make sure that your lips are already pre-moisturised, but that you've blotted off any of the excess, like lip conditioner. This primer would be really handy for anyone who has very highly pigmented lips, as it'll take away the colour. So when you put on a lipstick, it'll come out its true colour rather than its colour, say, mixed with your lip pigment. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and apply some lip liner. So now I'm just applying a light pink lip gloss, just so as not to compete too much with the eyes. And as it is New Year's, I'm going to go ahead and apply false lashes before I show you the finished look. And here's the finished makeup look. So yeah, I gotta start getting ready now to go out tonight. I haven't really even decided what to do, but I hope you enjoyed the look, and I hope everyone has and had a really great New Year's, and best of luck for next year. So thanks for watching, and thanks a million for subscribing, everyone. So I'll see you in 2011. Bye.